expensive anymore.
Very true.
All right, start it. I streamed. I'm streaming. I'm playing.
Okay, so let's
Playing
cover this first one. I
Alien.
sent you at like 3:42 in the morning.
Jesus Christ! I don't know why you sent me that. You know where I was? 3:42 in the morning.
I assumed you were asleep.
No, I was watching the Spectacular Spider-Man, just ignoring all my notifications.
Oh, well, I'm glad that I hit you with the notifications because, man, I swear to God, like, there's times, like, especially when I was trying to call Geek Squad to figure out if I could fix my PC, all of a sudden you're just like, notification after notification. I was like, bro, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to do something important right now. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh, okay, never mind. It's not removed. It's fine. Okay, so this first one, did you read any of them beforehand?
I read them. I just didn't respond to them because I'm like, we're gonna talk
well,
about
I'll
these
read
on
them over
a
for
call
your-
anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my God, this guy.
Guys,
I forgot
can
about
you hear
this
me?
guy.
My husband
This guy's
said
an
he spotted
asshole.
someone.
All right.
Hold up, I'm gonna
Something next to
cutscene.
our car again. I know
Oh,
this
okay.
sounds weird.
Hold up, I'll
but
tell
he
you
said
when to
it looked
talk.
like an alien.
That's fine.
They
I'll pull
ran
up your
into the
stream.
cornfields and disappeared. I'm going to call the police.
Amy, don't. I don't trust the cops or the government, or anyone else for that matter. And you shouldn't trust them either. We created our neighborhood watch for this exact reason.
Brandon, I understand the situation, but this needs to stop. It's also absolutely irresponsible to send Ryan out tonight.
Amy, don't tell the officials anything. Otherwise, we all end up in the nut house. Are you trying to tell them we think there's little green men running around?
Gray, Brandon. They are gray. The only thing we can do in our situation is to board up our windows and doors. I'll try to rest a bit. But Amy, trust me, you don't want to end up in the psych ward. I've paid a high price to break free. The only way to escape was to...
You've told your stupid story 1,000 times. In Vietnam, we dealt with things worse than that almost every day.
What does Vietnam have to do with it? Whatever. I always wear my tinfoil hat when I leave my camper van. I believe the aliens have the ability to control us through telepathic powers. I'm convinced that the hat protects me.
Hey, guys. Henry's been acting strange since he came home from the forest this morning. I don't know what's going on with him.
Ryan! Hey, my kitty cat's also behaving really strangely. And she hasn't come home yet. Please.
Well, how do you know she's acting strangely if she hasn't come home?
I'm lonely without her.
Henry is more important right now. But if I find your cat, I'll let you know, Bob.
All right, I'll reach out to the other neighbors. I'll tell them to board up all their stuff. The fact is, our government is hiding something from the people. Things like this just don't happen here in Greyhill. It started with Roswell, and it's been increasing since the 60s.
Was Greyhill spelled with an E or an A?
Are you and your bat ready for the night shift? Ryan Baker, the king of baseball.
Yeah, Brandon. I am.
Don't forget to visit us later, Ryan. We'll make some coffee for you.
God. Okay. Alright, hold up. Realized something. Oh, I can change the volume? I can change all that, but I can't change the volume? Okay. Well, I guess I'll just do it this way. Because it was loud on stream. Okay, alright, here we go.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Alright, now you can read Am I the Asshole?
Okay. So this one says, am I the asshole for not inviting my girlfriend to brunch? I, 27 male, have been with my girlfriend, 28 female, for a few years. We have friendship circles that are relatively integrated and get along well. However, she's never really got to know my work friends.
What the fuck?
For no particular reason, however, my work friends and I only ever talk about work. We work corporate jobs with a lot of drama. I have two close female friends at work, who I go for drinks with semi-regularly about twice a month, and this has caused some friction in the past.
Okay, so this is
This is
1992. I was
This
wondering
is
what year
lar-
this was.
Oh, gotcha. This has largely been due to my bad communication habits and how she feels that I prioritize them over her. However, we work through things. One of the things that was the tipping point was that a few months ago, my work friends and I organized a 3-day holiday. including 2 other work friends who are guys. I
Henry,
very wrongfully
tell
didn't
me
tell
what
my
you saw in the
girlfriend about
forest
this
today.
for about a month and a half because I wanted to avoid another long conversation about it. However, I eventually
Henry,
did.
is someone in your
She was
room?
very rightfully upset
Is
about
Rachel in
this,
there?
especially as we haven't been away on holiday together yet.
Bothering me. What's going
However,
on with
we
you, Henry?
were able
Tell
to
me.
reconcile. While on the holiday, my girlfriend asked
Who's there?
if we could call every day,
I'm going
which
to
I
your room,
agreed
Henry.
to.
Stay here.
But due to alcohol and general forgetfulness, I didn't call, and when I got back, my girlfriend was very upset, and it was another long evening. But we worked through it and are hopefully
Someone
stronger
was in
for
your
it.
room.
This weekend, I
We went
suggested
out
that
the
a few of
window.
my work friends come over for a brunch. This has been a really busy week for me, and haven't made any time to see my girlfriend. However, she suggested that we have a couple beers a couple days ago,
Max is
and we had a really good
working.
evening. However, it's likely I won't see my girlfriend until after brunch drinks, which would be 6 days without seeing her. Now my girlfriend is upset that I made time for my work friends when I won't have seen her at all.
Yeah, you're the asshole.
Bro, this guy is such a fucking shitty boyfriend. You can't even be bothered. First of all, I don't know why you went on a holiday with other females and didn't invite your girlfriend. That's weird to me. I don't give a fuck that it was for work or not. Invite your girlfriend anyway, because, like, otherwise it's not right. Like, why are you going on holiday, on a 3-day holiday, with 2 other females and not your girlfriend? That's weird to me.
I don't know. You could have turned a threesome into a foursome at least.
Like, I don't give a shit if he's doing nothing. It's like, why didn't you even offer to take your girlfriend along? Maybe she'd be less suspicious of you if you did that. But
Also,
like, now you're like, oh, I'm gonna invite my work friends who I see every fucking day when I don't ever see, I see you once a week. What a, like, are you her boyfriend at all?
Max, stop barking.
Like, you see her once a
Who's
fucking
there?
week, my guy? Really?
Someone in the shed.
You can't be bothered to see her more than that?
yeah.
That's not a girlfriend. That's a whenever it suits me. So. And that's fucked up. You shouldn't be treating her like that, bro. Fuck off. And also, somebody called out, he's like, my work friends and I only ever talk about work. Also, my work friends and I organized a 3-day holiday.
That doesn't seem like something to talk about work.
And like, either this original poster is going to talk about work the whole vacation, bullshit, or he's a liar. No wonder girlfriend is upset. Oh my god.
The
Yeah,
dude.
no, he's there to hang out with people who are not his girlfriend.
Which is okay. Just say like, hey,
But like, why aren't you honest about it with her? Because if you're not, then yeah, you're doing it for the wrong reasons then.
it's never wrong to say like, hey, we've been hanging out for the past 4 days together in a row. I'm a little tired of being around you.
But it sounds
But
like
say it
he's
nicer
not
than I
hanging out
said
with her
it.
4 days in a row, though. It sounds like he barely sees her.
Well, we don't know that. I mean, you barely saw her for these few days. What if they were actually like heel to heel?
I don't know. It seems weird to me. Like, I just don't know. I don't know. It's strange. It's also like, have a good day, Kaylee. Like, he couldn't even be bothered to call his girlfriend while he was on that vacation.
I shouldn't do that.
I don't know a single guy who is not afraid to not call their girlfriend while they're on a vacation with other
I've met
females.
a few people that are afraid to call their girlfriend when they're remotely alone with another female.
Well, when she specifically asked, though, and he agreed to it, that's no bueno, sir. Like, that sounds suspicious to me, especially since you're sitting there talking about, oh, and I'm drunk off my ass, and that's why I'm not calling her. I'm drunk off my ass with 2 other females.
Not even that they're drunk off their ass with 2 other females. It's just some girls be crazy. It sounds like a Latina girlfriend.
No, I'm telling you, like, he said that he didn't call her because of alcohol.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what
That
I'm
part.
saying. Like, he's getting drunk off his ass on this holiday with 2 other females, and he's not calling his girlfriend after he told her he would. That's no bueno, sir. That means that you're either doing something that you shouldn't be, or you just don't give a fuck about your girlfriend. Either way, you fucked up. And she should be mad at you and should never let you go on another fucking holiday without her like that. Like with guys, sure, but like with the two females, absolutely not. Fuck off. Because you can't be trusted, clearly. Like you broke her fucking trust. Multiple times. Literally multiple times. He's like, we worked through it. But obviously not because you keep doing the same damn thing that pisses her off. So obviously, you haven't worked through it. You think you worked through it, you got her to shut up, and then you did the same damn thing because you don't actually care about what she wants. Very clearly. Like, fuck you. Fuck this guy. Like I said, I have a feeling she's not going to be his girlfriend for very much longer.
Yeah, no, this is a done relationship.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Let's see.
I lost my dog!
That's sad.
Yourself, you little green bastard.
Sounds like the neighbors are
This
building
one
up
is
windows.
this one made me laugh.
I guess I should do the same.
Alright.
Like really fucked up.
Dad,
It's
is
fucked
it
up that I
raining,
laugh,
right?
but also
Yeah,
it's just really
he,
fucking
locked the
funny.
door and ran out of the roof. It's okay, he's gone now.
Okay.
It was a
This just happened and it's been
strange
super stressful, wondering
Look,
if I made the right
the TV.
decision. I share
It's
an
working
apartment
now.
with another woman, and we've been decent enough acquaintances. I'm the primary tenant, but she's subleasing, and the landlord is okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, she walked out to this quote-unquote fair that had all sorts of attractions and animals. It was walking distance about a mile away from our unit. I remember it being advertised, but didn't go. Well, to put it plainly, she got spat on by a camel. She texted me shortly after it happened to quote unquote warn me and that she was coming home. I thought, okay, what's the big deal? Come home. I saw her coming up the steps looking miserable through the window and went out to the porch to greet her, and instantly I was hit with the most unbelievably vile smell I've ever smelled.
Oh.
From a good 20 feet away, I really couldn't take it. I got only a whiff and I could feel my stomach churning. I went back inside and closed the door. She came up, tried to get inside with her key, but I was practically begging her, no, whatever happened, you can't come in like that. She was yelling, what? I live here, and then was practically crying that she had nowhere else to go. I said, I'm sorry, but there's no way I can't let that smell in here. I could smell her through the door.
Aww.
Gagging. I suggested that she find a hose or shower somewhere. Or jump in a creek or something, anything but coming in like that. But she was saying no store would let her in, but I held firm. I held the door closed until she walked away.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah, this lady's a fucking asshole, but also a little. I came back an hour later, soaking wet. Maybe she had jumped in a creek and opened the door. I couldn't just sit there holding it shut all day, and the smell was maybe barely better, but still horrific. She jumped straight into the shower, and I can still faintly smell it throughout our whole living room, and it's making me feel absolutely sick. Now we're both furious at each other. I'm mad that she came back in before the smell was gone, and now the whole place smells unbearable. She's furious that I dared to hold the door shut and keep her out, and is saying that she'll be talking to the landlord or a lawyer because that cannot be legal. But I don't know what else I could have done. This is dreadful. That's fucked up, but also that's funny as hell. But like, I've been around like barnyard animals, and they smell pretty bad. It's not that bad. I don't know if a camel's spit is like that much worse smelling than the camel itself. And if that's what the smell was, then you're being a little baby bitch, and you need to get over it. All she wanted to do was take a shower, bro. Like, if you think that smell is horrible on your end, imagine what she has to deal with. She's the one who got spat on. What an asshole.
Shit. Bro, whatever that person is a piece of shit.
It's so funny as fuck, but like, what the fuck?
Nah, fuck that. Listen. If you were my roommate and you smelled like total hot ass,
Like,
and I
Febreze,
to the
what
point
hell?
where I can smell you from outside, I
Yeah.
would have been like, all right, take a fucking shower. I'm gonna go to the store and buy some
Yeah.
Febreze.
Yeah, exactly. Like, get some fucking Febreze. What's wrong with you?
Also, the clothes you're wearing right now, we're gonna burn. All right, don't
Yeah.
even bother washing.
That poor lady, bro.
Oh no. Fuck that. You're a piece of shit.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Lunatics and conspiracy
Now I'm
That's funny.
curious.
claim to have seen
We gotta know the.
the minority tries to convince others
Also,
that the
also, the Las Vegas alien coincides with the Pentagon whistleblower, and now Greyhill Incident releases. I'm
Oh,
just saying, what if the world
Yeah.
is preparing us for an alien visit? A real one.
just a reflection on the lens of the camera.
oh man.
There is
Anyway,
no reason to
the
concern.
camera will bring up
Don't
some
forget
of
to be
its
aware of the
stomach
small
contents
green
into its
man
mouth, mix
in
them
your
with saliva.
backyard.
This is called
Your
cud, and spit it if they're
Mr.
feeling threatened or have been provoked by another animal or human. So it's bile, basically.
That is not a weather
So she
balloon.
got
They're lying.
she got spit with vomit.
The government is lying and they're trying to hide it
Again,
from us.
it
Brandon
can't be
is
that
right.
bad. Like I think this lady's
Already
just a
in
baby
Greyhill.
bitch and cannot deal with
You
smells.
can't talk about it to the police. They'll just lock
But
us
like,
Yeah.
up.
with it.
No,
I don't know
fuck
what's
it.
wrong with you.
You're an asshole. You did.
This neighborhood home.
Yeah,
People.
she's an asshole. 100%
Talk to
through
Brandon.
through.
That's. You're a jackass. You should.
Okay, let's see.
Rules for this.
Oh, I'm not gonna read this one on your stream.
Why not?
Let's just say it deals with a child LCP.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. It's about a 9-year-old who told her mom that that the mom's husband asked to touch her.
Yeah, no.
And of course the mom doesn't fucking believe her because she's an asshole.
I'm here.
No,
Ryan,
skip
something
that.
is wrong with Joe Parson. Farmer, you know. He called me a few minutes
Well,
ago.
it's not okay.
Very afraid.
It's not that she doesn't
And the
believe
radio
her, it's
connection
just that
became
she's
broken off
like,
by something.
oh, this is the
He is
only time
working
it
on the
happens,
field
thank
near your
goodness,
house.
but like I don't know
You
what to
must
do.
check
What do you mean
immediately
you don't know what to
happened
do? Call the freaking
Okay,
police
I'll
and
go check
kick
on
him out. Like,
By the way,
are you kidding?
Someone
Why are
was
you
in
confused?
They escaped out the window.
What do you mean? You're confused. Like,
There was a
kick him
strange
out.
blue
He's
light.
gone.
I'm sure
You
it's
want to
real.
protect your girls? That's how you protect your girls. You don't let him come back.
Help us.
Ever.
We're all boarding up our windows currently.
Because, first of all,
I
that's
know
not
how to shoot
normal
because of the
for a grown
Vietnam
man to
War.
ask
You can
a
handle the
9-year-old
baseball
girl.
bat. We will overcome this night and drive to our holiday home by tomorrow. Don't forget how I shot your son's
This
hat
one,
off while wearing it
I'm
when
cool
I was
with
drunk
that.
at the barbecue
Yeah,
last summer.
like, fuck off.
Imagine how
Like,
I could
so
feel
she's in the
about
Am I
it.
Daredevil because people are like, what do you mean you're confused by
Leaving
this?
town tomorrow sounds like a good idea.
What's confusing?
I'll keep
Get
you
rid of him.
updated.
He's gone.
Over and out.
Yeah. Fuck that.
And he's been in her life since she was 3.
That's the scary thing.
Yeah,
Like-
it's
like-
like, how do you know that he never did it before that?
We watched a lot of crime junkies where we know shit like we've heard the stories of a lot of shit like this happening.
Like, she said, we're both retired from the military due to disability and at home practically 24/7. I don't know what you're both retired due to disability at 26 and 25? What happened? Anyway, I guess that doesn't matter, but, she says this happened this morning and waited until he was going to the store to say something. I don't know what to do. We just started the process for him to adopt her and terminate the biological father's rights due to issues from the past and him not being present now. At first she was all for it, but then when he started to, I guess, quote-unquote parent her more, she changed her mind. I say that as in he teaches her how to keep her room clean, load dishes properly, etc. We pretty much would take turns showing her how to better do household chores since she's older. 9's not that old. Like,
That's pretty
it's
old.
not. Well, I mean, we pretty much would take turns showing her how to better do household chores since she's older. I'm always present except for when I take my dog for a short walk. Doggo is difficult, so as soon as she's finished, we go back home. This is the only incident she says happened, thank goodness, but I truly don't know what to do. We do have a daughter together under a year. I'm honestly shocked and I want to protect my girls. But she said, I guess the daughter said that he asked to touch her to see her private area.
Oh, no,
yeah,
no.
And he asked, well, are you gonna help me? Yeah, no, get rid of him. He's gone. That's...
Murder him.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. I don't know what you're confused about, lady. How is that confusing for you? I don't care what it was for. I do not care if it was like a you know, a quote-unquote incident, like innocent incident.
There's no way to make that innocent at all.
Exactly, because if it was anything that he was actually trying to help her with, like, you know what, why don't we get your mom for this? She's better suited for this.
Yeah, no, there's no way.
He's a freaking creep, and she needs to not be around that. Get rid of him. That one's actually fucking infuriating. How are you confused? She said, who do I talk to? Person said, I don't know, maybe a fucking divorce lawyer?
Police?
Yeah.
And anybody other than Reddit?
Somebody said when my daughter told me she'd been,
I think I'm going
you know, I'm trying to, Shannon is in the room, so I'm trying to not, you know what I mean? By a family member. I had that person out of my house within an hour. He's never been back, not even to get his things. I have zero respect for anyone who doesn't protect their children.
Maybe I should turn around.
Oh, please, please believe your sweet little girl. My mom didn't believe me when I was 15 and her boyfriend tried to do that. I refused to be around him after that and moved back with my dad shortly after. I still feel gross about the experience and I'm 39. Asking her to help him does not sound like something a 9-year-old would come up with on her own. I mean, I'd believe her no matter what, but that really sounds like something a groomer would say.
Oh no, lady, there's dead cows.
Is everything all right?
Aww.
Oh man, these are skinned too. Oh my god.
I don't think so.
They've been mutilated.
Oh my god. So, I guess some of her comments have been that husband has RAD diagnosis. I don't know what RAD is, hang on. Sometimes they use like acronyms.
This is Joe. They're
Like
trying
that
to
one I
break
sent
into
you
my
about
craft.
the fitness
This
buff
message
girl.
gets to you.
I was like, what do you mean ED? And then I realized they were talking about an eating disorder, but I was like, ED does not stand for eating disorder most of the time, but like it stands for something else that she would not have. Like, RAD.
Ew.
Reactive attachment disorder is a complex, severe, and relatively uncommon condition in which infants and young children do not establish lasting, healthy bonds with parents or caregivers. I don't know how this would be... Okay, whatever. Anyway. Mentally unstable to the point she doesn't believe he can have contact with his mother for his mother's safety, but can be with children. What?
Looks like Kitty.
Does not believe in divorce and would rather
should bring her
determine
to
life
his
support when
caravan.
he's older. She doesn't believe in divorce, so that's why she's confused. She doesn't know what to do. You get rid of him. I don't care. I don't care if it's in the freaking Bible that you shouldn't get divorced. First of all, preachers get divorced. Pretty sure that's something that's very lax in the Christian community anyway.
You start believing in divorce.
Yeah.
That's what
is
you
your
start
fucking
doing.
problem? You don't, like, God did not teach people to fucking not believe in divorce so hard that they have to stay with people who are very, very bad for them. That's not okay. Like, you can't change that man. He already sounds like he had issues. I don't know why you had somebody like that around your children in the first place. That's
Well, I mean, he wouldn't show himself right off the bat, but still,
well,
get the
exactly.
fuck.
In which case, that's even worse. Because now you're not just dealing with a groomer; you're dealing with somebody who is, um, just manipulative and abusive in nature, and that's not okay. I don't know. I probably shouldn't say things like they're factual when I don't know anything about that disease, but it sounds to me like if she's saying that he cannot be in contact with his mother because in respect for his mother's safety, then yeah, maybe he shouldn't be around kids either. What do you mean? That's weird. Like, if you know that about your husband, why is he around your kids? That's creepy. Oh my god.
So, and that's a bad one to read.
That's so crazy, though. Like, I don't...
I have an electronic cat.
That's cute.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. It doesn't fire lasers.
You're just holding him?
Just holding him right now.
Very cute.
His head's here.
Say tanto.
Tanto?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember the commands from that Nancy Drew game. Let's see. Nancy Drew, robotic.
Hey, it says bring it to his caravan. It's over there. I wonder what... Oh, is that it? Oh, it is over there. Uh-huh.
Let's see.
Go all the way around. Let's see.
He already boarded up his door weeks ago. I'll have to try the dormer window on his roof.
It's vibrating inside. Or outside. Where are you at?
Oh, say, mate?
Baka?
Say tate.
Tate.
Tate. Yeah, that means stand and beg. Very cute. She does a little meow. It's just cute. Or you can say omowarai.
Oh, puta madre.
I thought that was you on my roof.
Scared the
You know what? If you wanted to fire something, say buru wa.
How about, what's that? What's your favorite word? Focaccio?
Oh, what does she have on her?
Focaccia. What?
It makes a strange
No,
noise.
vaffanculo.
Vaffanculo.
Focaccia.
Oh, and
Focaccio.
I had a strange encounter
No,
in
say
my
buru
backyard.
wa. Say
There was
it.
also some kind of
Buruwa.
Yeah, did she do
I'll
it?
tell you about it later.
No.
Let's look at
She's
the
still in my hand.
That means to cough up a hairball.
Can you say chinga tu madre?
Or you could say Shizukani, which means peekaboo. Obviously, this is not the same robotic cat that Nancy Drew had. Therefore, it's a knockoff and it's not cool.
Nancy Drew?
Yeah. Remember in the Japanese one, there was that little robotic cat and you had to get it to stop guarding the password box? You don't remember that, do you? I very clearly need to go through
It looks like an implant.
the Nancy Drew games. Oh wait, I can't because I don't have my freaking PC and I'm
Bad experiments.
You're gonna get it soon, though.
By the way, have you boarded up your house?
hopefully.
It's really dangerous.
I'm just concerned that whatever they're doing.
No, not yet.
You should do it immediately.
Do you think he has a Hershey's Kiss under that?
Your son Henry too. They go into
I don't know.
You remember that scene from Scary Movie 3 where like they had their hats and Charlie Sheen just starts unwrapping one and it's a giant Hershey's Kiss?
Fucking hell, bro.
Now, take this preparation.
I don't think like
It's in
as scary as those movies were when they first came out, when Scary Movie made fun of them. This was at 3. I think at 4 is when the Marlon brothers stopped being part of the writing crew, and those other ones just weren't good. because 3 was just fun as hell.
Okay. I'm gonna take a break from the asshole Reddit and just go down my interesting stories from my feed. This one is in Our Paranormal. And they said I used a Ouija board by myself.
Why are people so stupid?
I don't know. I used a Ouija board by myself for the first time. I know people say not to do it and there's some sort of rule. When I did it, I really didn't think it would work. For a minute nothing happened, but then it started to move. It felt like my arm was the one doing it, but I had no control over where it was going. Or very little, like my arm was being pulled. I asked questions and my arm moved to the answers, date of birth. I even asked where it was and it spelled out the word hell. I'm a little on edge now and wanted to share my experience and hopefully hear from others who have done it on their own. Somebody said, please tell me you said goodbye when done. I don't really believe in Ouija boards, to be honest.
Yeah, that's
But
such a white person thing to say.
yeah, that's... is it?
Yes.
Okay. I really don't. I think they're toys.
Ask. Oh my god, that is such a white person thing to say.
Okay, no. Let me specify.
That is
Okay.
that is such a white person thing to say.
In the same
Dude,
way that I don't believe in the Bloody Mary thing, however, I don't know, but like that just because I don't believe in Ouija boards doesn't mean I don't think that if there is something in your
do
house,
you
it
hear
can't.
yourself?
Shut up for a second. Let me fucking finish. Are you done? Okay. Anyway, I don't believe in the rules of the Ouija board. I think it's a fucking toy from Hasbro. But that doesn't mean that I don't think that something could use it. Like a connection.
Demon?
No. Like I mean like something paranormal could use it as like a connection, right? Like just because I don't believe in the Ouija board itself doesn't mean that I don't think that because people believe in it that a spirit or a demon could use it to connect, if that makes sense. In the same way that I don't believe in Bloody Mary, I don't believe in that legend or the game that you play. I think it's a game. However, that doesn't mean that I don't think that doing it wouldn't still invite something in regardless. It might not be what you thought it was going to be, though. You know what I mean? I very rarely put stock into the games themselves, but that doesn't mean that I don't believe that something could go
Even
through.
just playing with it for fun is
Yeah,
dangerous.
I don't, like I said, that's why I don't believe in the rules. I just don't think that that necessarily means it's not dangerous. That's not what you're misunderstanding what I'm saying, I think.
But saying goodbye isn't a rule, it's a law.
But why?
Because you have to acknowledge that it's not like you're letting go.
But why?
You always have to say bye.
No, I don't believe that. I think that if something wants to fucking come through,
It's
it'll
not a
come through.
fucking Discord call when you could just press the hang up button.
That's exactly my point.
So how does it know if the call's over?
I don't think it cares if the call's over, is my point. That's my point. I don't think it cares about the fucking rules of the game. I really don't think spirits or whatever have any respect for any rules that we made up here on the earthen plane.
I don't know. There has to be law and order.
I don't think they care.
What do you? Oh my god, lady! I feel like you go willy nilly on the Ouija board. It's like, hey, all right,
I
I'm
don't
out.
touch the
You,
Ouija board because I don't want to fucking mess with it. That's my point. I
fuck
think that people
around.
should mess with it, period. I don't think saying goodbye is going to do anything because I think you already fucked around and you found out and now it's there.
At least you have like some sense of like, I did something to end it. That's okay. Better than just not ending it at all.
But I don't think it matters if you say goodbye. Is my point. I think that it's just there. I don't
That's
think
like
it gives a fuck that you said goodbye. I
saying the
think it's like,
customer
oh,
doesn't
that's
care
nice.
about how much salt that sauce has.
I
It's like,
don't think
well,
it's
I'm not
nice.
gonna add any at all.
Bank robber, bro.
Add a little bit, a little sprinkle. At least have
I
the
don't
effort.
think it gives a fuck. I don't think it cares. I don't think it abides by anybody's rules except the rules of the fucking underworld or whatever.
What if this is a rule of the underworld?
I don't think it is. I think it's something that people made up to make themselves feel better.
What if it's real? What if it does work? Because
Humans
if
are
then,
very guilty of that.
you know what else humans are guilty of? Touching shit they shouldn't have. But at the same time, at least have a backup plan.
It's the same thing that I think about banning a certain thing legally will not mean that people who want to use it anyway are going to abide by the fucking law because, oh,
Alright.
well, the government said we
Alright,
can't, so now we shouldn't.
We're done talking about marijuana. All right, that is the
I'm
one
not
thing.
talking about marijuana, bro.
I know what you are. I'm streaming, and we're gonna talk about marijuana.
Okay. My point is, I don't think that the people who want to break the law are going to give a fuck whether you put it into law or not. I think they're going to still do it. And I think the Ouija board exists in the same manner. I think that ghosts don't give a fuck if you say goodbye or not.
Imagine that you have to say goodbye 3
Especially
times.
if it's a ghost if it's a fucking demon disguised as a ghost, which is the thing that I've also heard of. I don't think it cares about your fucking silly, petty human rules.
But a demon has to abide by some rules.
Yeah, I think he abides by Satan's rules and nobody else, and I don't think he
Hold
gives
up,
a
he
fuck about
also
ours.
abides by Christian rules because how do exorcisms get rid of them? Or why are these religious factions good at getting rid of demons? Or,
So,
in a sense, they try and it somehow does have an effect on them. It seems. So
maybe I don't know.
there is some rules that do abide by them. Maybe we don't have the whole rule. Maybe it's saying goodbye 3 times and then saying a prayer at the end. Or maybe it's saying goodbye, saying a prayer, and then say goodbye again.
I think that I really don't put much stock into exorcisms either, to be honest. And that's coming from a Christian. Like, I don't
know.
don't
I've seen
think
some shit.
I don't believe
Never
in holy
experienced, but
water.
I've seen.
I think that these are creations of the church to make people feel better and to take advantage of their money.
Well, I don't know about take advantage of the money. The church has always been doing that, but at least holy water is free.
I don't think that that praying over water makes it holy water. I think that if it was going to be holy water, it would have to be from a specific place.
No. Not praying. Like, not any random food can just make holy water. It has to be done by someone approved with the faith powers or whatever.
But why?
I'm assuming it's just a rite of passage.
Do
You
you
have
think that,
proven that your
God
heart is
only
well.
works through preachers and nobody else?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I do not put stock
I
into it. I
actually
think
don't
that's
know.
idiotic.
But I'm willing to put more faith in these religious aspects because there's some sense of historic relevance in that they probably do know what they're doing. They have years of trying to do shit. I mean, at first it was burning them at the stake, and now it's like, oh, we'll just throw holy water, say a prayer for 17 hours, which is better than killing someone completely.
I think that I I don't know because I don't when it comes to the Catholic Church specifically, I don't believe much of what they say at all.
Okay,
Because
look, it's not
they
my
also
fault Mexicans believe in the Catholic religion.
I understand that. I'm just saying that I just have a problem believing people who literally told people that if they weren't of a certain status, they did not deserve to be buried the same because they weren't going to get into heaven the same way. I think that's fucked up.
I mean, some
And
people do have a fast track to heaven.
I don't think they do. I don't think they do. I
You
don't think
think
God.
Mr. Rogers had to wait in line to get into heaven?
No, but I think that's more to do with the person that he was versus his status in life. That's my
Oh
point.
yeah.
I think the Catholic Church talks a lot about status, or at least they used to. And these are the same people who are like, oh, but also we do exorcisms and we heal people. And it's like, Benny Hinn did the same shit, apparently. Except for the part where we all found out that he actually didn't and he was just taking people's money and shit.
It
And
might
it was
depend
really
on
fucked
religion.
up.
Well,
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I am a person of the faith, and I don't believe half the shit churches say.
I think there's a certain point where they've been doing it the longest. Like ghost hunters have technology and they have the knowledge of 30 years, maybe 40 to 50 years, up until what's their names for the Conjuring people.
I don't remember their names.
Whatever. They have that knowledge up to them. The church has knowledge far predating back. They were probably fighting demons with the Aztecs. That before after they did all the savagery towards them. Because
I'm just
there's no
saying that,
historic people saying like, oh yeah, we were ghost hunting in the 1300s. No one's
I
talking
think
about
that if
Arthur.
people, I'm saying that, like, if spirits abide by any rules, how would humans ever know that?
Trial and error. And you know who probably has all the trial and error? The fucking church.
I really don't.
I'm not hearing stories of like medieval times where like a knight walks into a house and it's like, can anybody hear me?
Yeah, because they didn't fuck around with that shit.
Like who did?
So Dracula was not a real person.
No, he was based off Vlad the Impaler, creation of someone else.
Exactly. But all of a sudden people just like started believing in vampires.
I mean, they started fantasizing about them more than anything because the story
That's
of
what I'm
Vlad the
saying.
Impaler came out first.
Like,
People started fantasizing, but Ghost and Demons were predate
I
Dracula.
I think that people put a lot of, like,
You're ruining this for me because you're saying that if I die, I can't haunt you or my
I'm not
friends
saying
for
that.
the
I'm
rest
just
of their
saying that
life.
I don't think that you have to follow rules if you do that.
Well, I hope there be some rules because if I
I
get to
think
do whatever the fuck I want when I'm dead, you and all my friends are gonna have one bad time.
I think that people make up rules to make themselves or others feel comfortable. I think that people who are paranormal quote unquote experts, or at least the ones who started
The
coming
only
up with these
paranormal
rules.
experts I truly believe are Sam and Dean Winchester.
Okay. Um that's my point though, is the people who came up with these stupid fucking rules are
Do you,
people who claim to be experts.
do you ever feel like arguing with me is like talking to a brick wall?
Yes, I do. It's useless. But I'm saying that I think that um the power of persuasion is strong, and I think that people are more susceptible to it than they think they are.
I
And
I
that
I
doesn't
think
necessarily mean that I don't believe that ghosts might exist or demons might exist or whatever. I just think that people put a lot of stock more into the paranormal now than they ever have before, to the point where they just abandon reason altogether half the time. And therefore, I don't put much stock into rules that humans come up with, because I think that that's exactly that, is humans coming up with rules because they think that if they come up with these rules, then either the spirits have to abide by them, or the people who are buying that there is a spirit will look to them for authority. And I think that humans are very guilty of one thing across all
well,
time, and
here's the
that is
thing I
doing it
have to
believing
say
in
about
authority.
spirits and demons, all right? It's known that the first, I think, verbal story of ghost stories happened in the BCs
Maybe, but how would we know that?
before Christ. I mean, we can look up some information. Let's see. It says here 3,500-year-old. Well, that's definitely BC, but that's a tablet made in ancient Babylonian around 1500 BCE is the earliest known depiction of a ghost.
Okay, what does it say?
Let me see. This is from the Smithsonian website. So
Yeah, I understand
the
that
tablet depicts a male ghost being led back to the afterlife. Curator Irving Finkel says, British Museum. So it depicts the showing of the afterlife and a ghost going into the afterlife.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you believe that the Sphinx is real?
God, I hope so, or because I've never been to wherever the Sphinx are.
Do you believe in Anubis?
We're talking about horny wise or just in general?
No, just in like, do you believe that there is a literal God who carries the spirits to the underworld? In which case, they don't even go to heaven; they just go to the underworld.
I mean, that'd be kind of cool just to
And
see
he's a dog
Anubis.
man
I'm kind
or
of turned
jackal.
on.
I don't
Please
know unless
stop.
he's a jackal or a dog, but that's what I'm saying. Is like the Egyptians have very, very old records of these things because they believed it so strongly. That doesn't mean it was real. It means it was their depiction of things.
Again, their depiction of things stands from some form of truth. Maybe they anthropomorphized these beings because that was their version of it, like their version of the truth. In reality, they probably were just so hopped up on drugs that that's what they saw.
That's my point. Is like it's up to interpretation, and I don't
But
think
the
that.
fact that we have the earliest depiction of a ghost dating back 1500 BC stems that, at least ghosts were a thing way
I'm not saying
before
that ghosts didn't exist. I'm just saying that like just because they said it's like one thing doesn't mean.
vampires weren't a thing till the 1800s. You see where I'm going for? You see where I'm
So
getting at?
see where I'm going because I'm telling you, there's also a thing where they thought that there was a beast running around decapitating girls, literally leaving the sheep alone and decapitating girls.
Like
And
the
they thought
Ripper?
it was a beast. No, they thought it was a fucking lion beast. They literally made up this fucking creature in their heads
Mm-hmm.
about, oh, and not once has anybody ever suggested, what if there was just a serial killer out there decapitating young girls? Because that's a thing that exists now. Like, but for some reason, people don't. Because one hunter was like, oh, I went and killed the beast. And I'm like, what if that fucking hunter was the serial killer? Nobody even suggests it. It blows my mind. I'm like, you really
How
think
does
that
that
men
blow
are
your
not
mind?
capable? Because it's just mind blowing to me that people cannot put any stock into a realistic possibility over a paranormal one. That's my point.
This all started over a Ouija board.
It really did, and I'm just
I don't
saying
know
that,
how
like,
we got to vampires and lion monsters and
regardless
Egyptians.
of what you believe, I don't put stock into things that humans make up. That doesn't mean that I don't think they exist. I just think that the rules that humans make up probably don't apply to a fucking spirit because I don't think they give a fuck.
Well, the
I
rules
don't
of
even think ghosts
gravity
are like
don't work for you.
conscious. I don't think. I mean, some people think ghosts float. So, like, yeah, gravity doesn't exist to them either. So, if they don't follow basic fucking actual scientific laws, then what makes you think they need to follow fucking human laws that humans made up? Like, I don't think they care. That's my point. That's all I'm trying to fucking say.
so
Oh my
so
god.
the rule of what goes up must come down doesn't exist to you. It's just wherever it goes.
I'm also saying that I've never touched any sort of paranormal shit, like a Ouija board or anything. I've never like asked questions. And you know what? I've never experienced a ghost in my fucking life. Not once.
So if me and Megan ask you to go ghost hunting with us, you will go
No.
for it. No, why not? You don't
I
believe in the rules?
Exactly. That's my point.
There
I
you
don't
go.
wanna
So
I don't wanna bring something
let's.
home with me.
You're not gonna bring anything home. The ghost can't follow you because there's no
I
rules.
some people
They're
say they
already
can.
there. They're already there. No, you can't believe in those rules though.
I'm just
You're
saying,
already there. They don't believe in rules. They're already in your house.
I don't think that the rules matter on that one.
There you
I think
so
the
they
spirit
don't
is
matter in
gonna
anything.
care about where it died. I
You
really
can't
don't.
deny one without denying the other
I'm
when
saying
it
that
comes
that's
to
not a rule. I
rules.
think that that's a thing that people were like, oh, maybe the rules don't apply. That's my point.
Maybe the rules don't apply, so me being in my house is pointless. Because there's going to be a demon no matter what, a phantom no matter what. Swear to
I
God,
don't think
I
that's the
will,
case.
I will self delete just to haunt you,
I swear to God, bro.
just to spite you in the afterlife.
I hate you. This is a stupid fucking argument. Oh my God. It wasn't even meant to be an argument. I was just voicing an opinion.
An opinion that you don't
I,
believe in Ouija boards, but yet you don't want to touch. I'm calling out that this is
I don't
such a
want to
white
touch it
person
because
thing to believe.
and you did not even like listen to what I said if like you don't understand why I won't touch one.
So
Oh
you don't
my
believe in the rules of saying goodbye, but you believe in that it will work and bring something with you.
I'm saying I don't know, and that's why I don't want to mess with it. That's my point.
So you do believe in it, though.
Oh my God. I hate you. I actually fucking hate you. You're so dumb. You're so dumb.
This is the Las Vegas alien again. I believe it's real. I want to believe it's real. I
You know
want
what?
Ted-foot
Ignore it.
alien
I
lizard
hope you
people
do that.
coming to kill us. I mean, be friends with us. This is why I love
So,
having conversations with
okay.
you.
This has been going on for maybe 6 or more months. Every day I'd heard one or two screams of what sounds like an extremely frustrated middle-aged man. I don't know who and where exactly this guy lives. I'm only sure he's somewhere in my street. The screams sound pretty distant, however, and they're loud enough to be heard clearly across all rooms of my house. I've spoken to a few friends and family members about this, and we kind of started normalizing it shortly after. I've thought of reporting this to the police, though I don't know exactly where this guy is, and I doubt that
You
it's
never thought of
because of
recording it?
as right, as he only screams once or twice daily. It never occurred to me as something to be exceptionally concerned about until earlier today. I heard the usual frustrated screams. However, hours later, before midnight, I heard 2 to 3 screams. That sounded pretty demonic. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm just like, what if this is a guy
Yeah.
like getting off, and this is how he gets
That's
off?
what I was thinking too. What if it's just Zarbon is like in the back just going,
Can
oh!
you imagine if the police showed up at his door and he's like, "Oh, this is awkward."
Hey, buddy. Yeah, you might want to soundproof the house a little bit. All right, your neighbors 2 doors down can hear you.
Like it's all that BDS.
Yeah, your neighbor 2 doors down can hear you, so that doesn't. We don't. Your next door neighbors don't call the cops for this noise complaint, and I'm pretty sure I understand why. But your neighbors 2 doors down were concerned because they thought someone was getting hurt. So let's be safe. Let's keep this noise to a minimum, and if you have to make a noise, just soundproof the room a little bit, just so it doesn't echo across the neighborhood.
He goes on to say, I heard the usual frustrated screams. However, hours later, before midnight, I heard 2 to 3 screams that sounded pretty demonic, like somebody was being tortured. It honestly didn't sound like they were from the same person.
What's going on? Lady, they're visiting us.
I don't know. I feel like I would just call the police anyway. Because, like, what's the worst that can happen? They show up and they're like, we couldn't find the source of the noise, but thank you for calling. Like, that's literally the worst that could happen. The best that could happen is if they find somebody who actually needs help and they get him the help that they can. Like, or, you know, they find a ghost and then you know for sure and you know to live, like, move the fuck off that street or something. I don't know.
Break down the door with your baseball bat and take care.
I'm just saying, it's fun to just.
Or it's just a couple having fun in their house. You know?
I'm glad you're having fun.
Oh, this is a long one. I'm not reading this one to you. There's like an entire fucking book. Holy shit. All right, never mind.
TLDR it.
Henry, can you hear me?
I can't even do that because it's a no sleep post, so it's like it's an actual story.
Ooh, here, I got a story.
Okay.
What story do I want to tell? There is one, and it's a story that I've heard from an uncle. I don't remember how specifically it goes, but do you remember duendes?
Those are the little people,
The
right?
gnomes, right?
The little Mexican people.
Yeah.
The
So,
Mexican little people, not the.
eh, oh
Anyway,
wow,
go
that
on, go on,
oh
go
my
on.
god, I know what you're talking about, but just, they're gnomes, basically gnomes, right? Um, so my uncle was telling me a story about back in his village in Mexico. It was I forgot what part he was. Shit, I gotta call him later and ask him. But he was telling me that he had like a whole neighborhood of kids like would play around and go out to like this like not wooded, but it was kind of wooded area. It's a little foresty, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they would always mess around saying there's duendes everywhere. Like the parents would just tell kids like, "Hey, don't wander off too far." The duende, like they thought it was a kid story to scare them from wandering off, right?
Uh-huh.
And he was telling us a story of how like when he was at home playing with some friends, so a kid came running back saying that one of the neighborhood kids or one of the village kids got lost in the forest following a duende.
Oh my
So
god.
half the village, like, and I say village, it was more like a small town, but this is how I remember it. And you know, he said it in Spanish, so the translation's a little different when he says it for me because you know Spanglish, no sabo kid. So he
Yeah.
was telling us the story, and he says like half the village went out looking. A lot of the kids stayed back. Since he was one of the older ones, he went to help look for the missing kid in the little forest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they never found him. One, so you know, unfortunate. But he does remember that when they were looking, he thought he saw like three little people running away from them.
That's creepy.
Like he thought, and he says he thought or he believes it, but I'm thinking he thought because maybe he did see them, maybe he didn't. But what he said is he saw three of them scurrying away to where he thinks they took him. But he called some parents, told them, and they thought he was playing a little bit. But they still, he saw something. So maybe he did see
Yeah.
something. They still never found the kid. All they found were just little footprints on the floor. So they told the kids never to go back into that forest without an adult, or better be safer. I'm like, that is fucking terrifying because maybe it was duendes, or maybe just the kid ran off and got lost and you couldn't find him.
Yeah.
But I was laughing because I'm like, damn, that's gotta suck. Because you know what it was? It was a Nuke Top 5 video. Look, me and my cousins once we have like the Google in the living room, we'd watch it YouTube, and we would watch Nuke's Top 5, and they were showing the video of the duende, and that's why he told us that story because he was watching it with us, and he's like, "Oh bullshit, oh bullshit." No, that could be real. Duendes, they're real.
Yeah. That's fucking creepy.
About to beat some alien ass right now.
I sent you a video, by the way, that somebody posted on Reddit of your favorite perfect game.
Let me see. They'll hear it, but I don't gonna see it. Oh, they can't even hear it. What am I looking at?
Just watch.
Okay, so that guy was probably a cheater.
No, actually, somebody figured it out in the comments. Again, perfect game. So fun.
What did they
It didn't
figure out?
render the cars there. So he was actually shooting through a bunch of cars and it
Oh, I
exploded.
didn't even notice that the cars weren't there.
Yeah, there's supposed to be cars there and they just didn't render for him because this game is fucking stupid.
Okay, for people who didn't see the video, it was a someone in the what's the Mexican border street map
Entertainment.
in Santacina. Is that it?
Yeah.
Border crossing map in Modern Warfare 2. A guy was shooting at someone that he saw, But I guess he didn't see the fucking like the cars didn't render for him. So he was just shooting at the guy thinking he was invincible, but the cars just didn't render and he was shooting at the cars. You know, I'm pretty sure that was a PS4 player.
Bro. I don't know. I mean, well, no, because there was that glitch that I had that I sent you, remember, where like I was literally playing ranked on the hotel map and I was climbing up that van to get to the platform.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden my game lagged, and when it stopped lagging, all of a sudden the van was gone. But it was still
Oh
close.
yeah.
I couldn't run through it. It was just missing. This game is stupid. It's dumb as hell.
Well,
Buggy as all get out.
you know my theory on it is because they went not free to play, but battle pass, and they don't usually do great with battle pass games because the only one that does great with their battle pass games is PUBG and Fortnite. Like, I feel like those two games don't really break that often as much as Call of Duty does. And you know, Fortnite doesn't have the God. Fortnite has the money for the game to work properly. So should Call of Duty.
I think Call of Duty does too. I think that they just rush this shit out all the time and they don't bother to figure it out before.
Well, people, you know what's funny? I started realizing like we assume that it's the 3-2 companies giving each other a year to 2 year break, right? But it doesn't seem like it seems like the same people work on the same game, and they don't have the time to fix it or work better on it. You know what I mean?
I guess I really think they just don't.
Like, oh yeah, hey, we've
do.
you know, also 200 gigs, 300 gigs for the game. Like, do you guys not optimize the game to do better, to be better?
That's what I'm saying. Well, Charlie was talking about that, right? Like, he's like talking about how games are like bigger now and they're not even optimized.
Golem
And it
or
should have been-
Spoken.
Yeah, it
They're
should
not-
have been to the point now where they figured out how to make a game the same size but optimize it better. And for some reason, instead of doing that, they're just making bigger fucking games that literally take up more space on your hard drive, literally driving up the prices for hard drives and shit because people need them more. And it's like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why have you not gotten to the point where you can make the game the same size that it used to be